Going on, y'all? Day 2 of TNS 9 Silverback Senpai, and I'm joined here with.
I heard Justice or Javi. Most people call me Javi. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too, man. So let us know who you are and where you're from.
So I was originally born in Long Island, New York. Not a super well kept secret, but I mostly stay on the West Coast and I live in Vegas now. So most people identify me as like a West Coast boy, but I was born on the east side of the country, which I loved when I was younger. And yeah, my tag is I Heart Justice. I'm pretty well known in the Marvel 3 community,
Gotcha.
which has spread to like other fighting games because I played like a really dog shit team. I don't know if I can cuss here.
Yeah, you can.
Test the waters. Let's go. Okay, so you know what I mean. So I play a really bad team, in my opinion, but it's gotten me a lot of success, and it's just been really cool to watch. And I've kind of evolved into now like FGC content in general, and it's just love for me, man. I love fighting games. They're so inclusive. They really turn my life around in a way I can't even explain. It's just like a few words, you know.
Nice, that's well said. So with that being said, I gotta ask you this: what's the worst fighting game mechanic?
The worst fighting game mechanic?
Yes.
Dang, bro, that's such a good question. Like, there's just so many. why do we even play the genre? But I guess I'm a little biased. I'm trying to really think here, but I do play Marvel 3, so I'm trying to think. I feel like the worst mechanic is probably. And this might be a hot take. I don't know. I think TACs are this is like a really garbage mechanic.
What is TAC?
So let me elaborate, please. So in Marvel 3, there's a mechanic in which you tap a certain button and you have 3 options. You can go up, left, right, which count as the same one, and then down, right? Mm-hmm. So what happens is you hit that button while you're in the air, in the middle of an air combo, and it'll tag your second character in, right? As a way to continue the combo. It's just a really kind of a cool visual, to be honest, and it's available to everyone, right? But what isn't available to everyone are infinites. So it unlocks a certain like glitch in the game. The game is very old. We're talking, it's like a 10-year-old game, right? But still being played today. And the glitch enables certain characters to do infinites, which can either time scam or just build a ton of meter. And they're just very uninteractive. It's just very, very like boring, dry. They are a bit of execution barriers, right? They're not like the easiest things in the world, but they do kind of like. They take a lot of the fun and the soul out of what I think the game really captures, which is like really fast-paced, high-octane action with a lot of small neutral decisions in the midst of it. Yeah, so I think it's a pretty dog shit mechanic. I think the idea was sound, but they didn't like the game never got patched, so they never really got to tweak it in a way that was meaningful, you know?
Damn. All right, so our next question is, why does your character need a buff?
Bro. Have you heard of Ace Attorney?
Yes.
By Capcom?
Yes.
Okay. Well, first of all, you're goated because that shit is awesome. Right?
It is.
If you do not know about Ace Attorney,
bro, you're sleeping.
You're sleeping. You're not gonna wake up until you buy the game. The trilogy is on Steam. Quit playing.
Yeah.
And the game itself, right? Like just a small nod is it's fantastic. Like it's a story-driven game. It follows this character's defense attorney in Japan, or Japanifornia as they call it, because it's just like it's a weird mix of like U.S. and Japan. But anyway, the game is fucking amazing. Fantastic narrative. So many cool, quirky characters. Like a beloved series, obviously, because they keep remaking it and remaking all the iterations of the game. Anyway, tell me why I turn on in this game and they add him, and we're all just like we say we all, but there's like 10 of us that want to play the character. But we're all excited to play him, and his normal is like he might as well be a baby kitten. Like he just doesn't hit nobody. It's so hard, and his whole mechanic is to like pick up evidence and stuff, and which is cool, right? They really integrated him in a very unique way. There's videos like documenting how interesting it is to play him. But interesting is a nice word after like you go, I guess, a little pro, or you try to play against good people. That doesn't really, the novelty wears off a little bit. Not for me, unfortunately, but it does wear off because he's just so much work, bro. I mean, I'm trying to think what other games to even compare him to, and there just isn't. I imagine your character's just not complete until you struggle for like a good like
year.
10, 15 year. Yeah, like a year in a fighting game, and then you get to unlock this iteration of the character that works, and there's a time limit on it. So if you just suck, you don't even get to enjoy it. So honestly, I should be turned into a medical facility for rehab because I'm addicted to something. It's a bad look. But yeah, please buff Phoenix right. He's so fucking cool and deserves it. TBH.
All right, well said. I love that, man. So
thank you.
Next topic is, what is your FGC hot take? Anything about the FGC? Like, what is the hot take that you got?
FGC hot take, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I don't. I don't know if it's a hot take. I'm actually really bad at these. I'm like super honest, but I just can't find like when I think of hot take, I think of like somewhat shitty opinions unfortunately, but maybe people are just doing it wrong. So I'm gonna try to like phrase this in a way that is essentially hot take but not crazy, right? So like in my opinion, I think that the tournament structure of like the way it takes, just how long it takes and the way they're run. Now, admittedly, I'm not TO'd too much, maybe a little bit in my time, just to help the community out. But in my opinion, I think tournaments take way too fucking long. I just like, I'm getting a little older now. It's a little tougher to grind there for 4 hours for like 4 games,
Oh,
it feels really dog shit. And then, God forbid you're doing well in the game, you're committed for like 12-hour days, and it's like, I think that novelty wears off as you get a lot older. Like your time is just so much more valuable. And so, like I wish there was a way to make it more efficient. I don't know what that is. I've tried exploring some things. I mean, you could obviously cut the bracket in half, do single limb, shit like that, but like I think the FGC is just so rooted in their culture, and sometimes they don't want to change. I can tell you that from the Marvel 3 community personally, like a bunch of old heads that don't want to change anything. But like I think it would be so much better if you could go to a tournament and be out in a couple hours as opposed to like the whole thing, not be there for the whole day and then struggle, and then your experience is watered down because either A, you don't get to have food for 12 hours until everything closes, or B, you suck and you go 0-2. Not that you don't suck. I say that's a joke. We appreciate 0-2ers. I just went 0-2 in Smash, so I'm not even gonna say anything. So it's like, you know what I mean? That's my hot take. They're way too fucking long, bro.
Gotcha. I understand. I completely relate to that, because usually you just want to get your matches done and over with. Yep. Like, I'm already here. I'm ready. Let's go. Like, I just want to get it over with. Like, don't have me waiting for over 30 minutes so I can play my loser set. Like,
right, bro.
Like, burn this bracket. Like, stop taking long. Like, if the person is here, if my opponent is not here,
right,
it should not take over 10 minutes just to DQ. They here in 5 minutes, hey, you got to go.
I've been DQ'd before, right? I'm 5 minutes late, I get DQ'd. I'm not, people would say, quote unquote, maybe sometimes in Hollywood they won't DQ me, but it still happened. And honestly, I'd be happier if it did. Like, kick me out, bro. Like, that's on me. So I'm glad you understand. I don't know. It's a hard problem to fix, though.
Yeah, because I'm an old head myself, so I'm just like, like, can we speed this up? I don't want to keep waiting, especially when you have the momentum on you. You just want to I just want to keep going because I don't want to lose this momentum, this feeling that I got right now.
Right. Which can be pivotal in a fighting game, right? Like your momentum you could play so much better just because you have momentum and win a matchup you had no business winning. And that's the beauty of fighting games, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
And last but not least, where can people find you on social media?
Oh, thank you. So it should just be I Heart Justice. I think on Twitter it's I Heart Justice _. But I'm on YouTube. I'm on IG. I'm on TikTok. I'm hustling. I'm on all the things. Yeah. I love FGC content. So I was honored to roll up and see this.
Absolutely.
I would venture to say anyone else, bro. If you're out here, South Florida, right?
South Florida Gamers Podcast.
Heck yeah, dude. No, this was sick. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you.
All right.
We out, y'all.